Well, we've got a truck full of diesel. It's full of gear. About 300 miles to go. And we're off for a week of fun up in the Lake District. It's a very windy day out on Windermere today, so we're out with Neil from All Weather Leisure today. A bit of a guided trip on Windermere here, done a bit of pike fishing. Pretty windy, so we're just going to head across the lake and we're going to fish into the lee of the wind over there. So hopefully it'll be a little bit better than yesterday. We did start out on Coniston yesterday, but I had to bail from that due to the wind and the rain. It was absolutely dreadful out there. So hopefully, fingers crossed, a few fish on the boat. Not huge, but it's a good size. Come on, fish.
Wind down onto it.
Yeah, it's going now. Here he is. That's not a monster at all, is it? Are we free? I think we're free. There we go. Right, so there we are. It only took a couple of years, but the first Windermere pike. Not the biggest, about £5. Well, let's hope there's a few more. Let's get this one back. And number two. Oh, yeah, he's a little bit bigger. Not a bad size. Whoa, he nearly came in a boat then. Right.
1, 2, 3.
There we go. I reckon he's a near double, I reckon. Not a bad looking fish. Just going to give him away.
13 and a half.
13 and a half. There we are. So double figure, 13 and a half. Absolute pristine condition. Absolutely gorgeous. Let's get this one back, I think. Right, so another car park meet this morning. This time I got into the car with a Cumbrian lad. There was no Vaseline inside of the car, so I was quite happy doing that. We're here with George from Adventure Fishing UK. He's going to take us down onto the Wyre today to do a bit of spin fishing and a bit of lure fishing. So same again, fingers crossed. Let's get a couple of fish on the bank. Well, this is a bit different to Suffolk, isn't it? Flowing water. I am really looking forward to fishing this. So we're on the Wyre, as we said earlier on before. This is a river that George fishes a lot, so it's going to be nice just to be guided by what he's doing today and his knowledge of this river as well. Here he comes, he's all ready, he's got his wellies on. So if you don't know George's channel, please do check it out. Stick a link to that in the description below there. So there's tons and tons of fishing up this neck of the woods, so please do give him a follow. Right, so without further ado, let's crack open the rod. So we use the X5 Adventure by Riggs & Ready today, which I thought would be an absolute perfect rod to be using for this. It packs up absolutely tiny in my little bag there. I've got my net, got my mat with me and everything, box of lures, and just fingers crossed as well that we're going to do quite well. I think we will do all right, but hey ho, you know what it's like with me. I hardly ever catch fish. But anyway, let's crack on, see what we can get. Right, so what's the plan for here then?
So I'd say we start just on this fast flow here, just work it through this current really close in, and then gradually move further and further around and just sort of cover all the water. There'll definitely be a few fish in this pool somewhere. Come on. Take it steady with this. Yes. That's a sea trout.
That looks like it.
That's a sea trout. Oh, come on, I've not caught a sea trout on this river in ages.
So George just said, oh, you better try fishing over on this spot over here. So I've just moved over, and then he's gone and been on the spot that I was in and caught a blooming sea trout, hasn't he?
I really did not expect this today.
Right, so we just come down onto this bend in the river here that looks absolutely beautiful here. Nice sections of calm water, little bits of some current coming through there. So I'm just using one of these rigged and ready spoons, and hopefully we're going to put a fish on the bank. Well, it is raining like raining gets now. It's increased, what do you say, 10 centimetres? It's doubled in height in the, what, 2 hours that we've been here now. And it's a little bit tricky. That's my excuse anyway. It's a little bit tricky to keep the lure in the right place. But just look at this compared to how it was when we first got here. Right, so a new position. It's a bit wider, this river is, so the flow's not as strong. And it is really coming down with the rain now. Alright, lovely. We haven't blanked, that's the main thing. Nice little brownie, nothing massive. Beautiful little brown trout. I absolutely love wild brown trout. They just look so beautiful. Right, so that basically brings us to the end of this day here on the Wyre. It's been absolutely fantastic. It really, really has. Well, George, thank you very, very much for today. It's been an absolute pleasure. It's been 3 years we've been trying to do this.
It has been a while, hasn't it? Yeah, well,
really,
thank you for making the journey. It's no easy task, is it, coming all the way from where you live?
But it's been absolutely great. I've really enjoyed it. I mean, okay, I've only had one fish, but hey ho, it's better than nothing, isn't it? But you know, I'm fairly sure that I did lose that. That was a sea trout, I think. We won't say anything else about him nicking that one off me earlier on. But it's been absolutely brilliant. So I'm literally got about an hour and a half drive now to get back up to the Lake District and get myself all set up for the night. I haven't really got a plan of what I'm doing, where I'm stopping or whatever, as long as I'm not doing it in the dark. But we shall catch you in a bit. So we got to Seathwaite just as it was getting dark, and I've managed to get the tent up, get inside just before it started hossing it down. And it is windy as hell. It really, really is windy as hell. So I've literally laid in the roof tent and then nearly got clamshelled by it as the blooming thing shut down because of the gusts of wind. So I had to wait till it stopped raining, and I've closed the roof tent down, and now I'm going to be spending the night in the back of the truck. So this is going to be really, really comfortable. And then we'll decide what we're doing tomorrow, because if it's like this down here, then up there it's just going to be absolutely dreadful. So we shall see. Anyway, hopefully we'll get a couple of hours sleep. Right, I'm going to call it quits. It is absolutely dreadful here. We're just on a Coniston pass at the moment. The road coming out of Seathwaite this morning was completely flooded. There's no way Ant's going to be able to get his truck down there, his camper van down there later on today. It is absolutely dreadful. And if it's like that down here, then God knows what it's going to be like up the top there. So for a safety matter, I think I'm going to call this quits. It's been an absolute brilliant week up here in the Lake District. Met some fantastic people. The hospitality here has been absolutely fantastic. Big shout out to Andy from Rigged and Ready, Neil from All Weather Fishing, George from Adventure Fishing UK. It's been absolutely brilliant. If you're new to the channel, my name's Martin, so please hit that subscribe button down there, and hopefully we'll catch you next time on the next one.